Alright, what's going on YouTube? This is going to be another one of the games against bots. We're going to be keeping up with the Legion guides. So we're going to be going into Grove. Alright, so Grove, you have some interesting options for openers. Traditionally, like the best option for opener that's going to be like high push is probably Honeyflower. You can get away with high push Wildshroom as well. The Wildshroom in this situation I think is a little bit sketchy to go 5 worker. Unless you can guarantee the send on 1, it's kind of a little difficult. Antler's not a bad option for start if you're looking for something that's safe, like let's say your teammate's going egg, something of the sort. Daphne also can work. I think in this position, I'm going to go Honeyflower. No, let's go Daphne. Let's go Daphne start, and then I can Honeyflower on 3 if I need to. Let's go Daphne. I mean, yeah, Typhon, I guess. It depends on when they're getting the egg, but I think in general, like, you won't leak on 2, and you won't have any potential to leak on 3, necessarily. I don't know. I think the Antler can be a little bit safer, but what have you. Green Devil again. I'm just getting the Green Devil bot every time. Green Devil bot every time. Bot sending into me is 3 worker start. 4 would be after this wave. We did not get a send. We did not get a send, so I'm not going to push extra worker here.
Yes.
What would be my value next? So I'm just going to drop just a single buzz. I'm actually going to put it. This is where I'd place it for the split tank. I want to be 1.5 up from that, maybe. Ish. The bot won't be leakable. Green Devil. Okay, and then what I'm just going to do next, and since they didn't send me, is probably just go Flower. In this situation, since I was probably thinking of Flower, it might have been best to have the buzz behind. That being said, Flower will not be my main DPS source for super long. It's just going to be something that helps me carry through this wave. I could also just go Wildshroom, but I think they're potentially going to brute me. And this is going to be a relatively long wave because of the Green Devils.
Yes.
So my thought process is probably just go a little bit ahead of the split tanking spot. So just go a split half down from the buzz. This should be okay. I think Daphne does, yes, indeed, hold, I think, any send on 2. That's 40, but buzz there wasn't a terrible option. And they income sent. Lol, not really. No, the king upped. I don't understand the bot going king up there. But anyway, we can push 2. We're pretty solid now in the next 2 waves. The Mastermind bot that my bot sent into leaked to the Brute, the classic, Brute on 3. And I'm just going to go for the age-old Dragon Turtle into Green Devil on 4. It just makes the most sense, I think. And allows me to kind of just scale a little bit off the back of it. We're going to have 145 next. So what I'll probably do for wave 5 is probably go something like a Wildshroom here-ish, or behind it maybe. That's kind of my thought process at this point. 20 sent into me. It'll definitely be a worker push. What's going on, Slickens? Thank you for the raid, my man. Okay, my bot actually has a consort this time. The consort makes things a little sketchier for me to have to actually like leak him, but that's not too big of a deal. The consort can be leaked, especially on 7 as well. So we'll probably go for another 7 send as our goal. The consort's going to leak 1. Pro leak by the bot. Definitely going to have to build next wave now. I'm going to try to go for a dragon turtle again, just for income. We'll get it, no problem. And then we're looking like we are pretty under here. I'm going to place this in front. I don't love the in front placement, but I think it's probably best for me at this point, because I want to try to keep this honey flower alive for as long as physically possible. I don't think I need the extra buzz. It doesn't help me that much, so it really is kind of just not worth it. I'm not going to send the extra snail. What I'm looking at, honestly, at this point is going brute on 6. Into my bot. Double daft and double ranger makes it a little bit more annoying to try to leak him next, but I think what I'll probably do is, if I don't get a leak here, I'm not going to get a leak out of anybody on this match right now. I need to send the snail to get my canopy. So we'll go for the canopy here. It's a good tank for the most part. On 6, it does good damage is the biggest thing. I think we're in a good position here. We're gonna shift our plans on sending brutes on 7 or 8. We go for like something else on 8. Not necessarily brutes 8. Again, brutes are a melee DPS, so you don't want to do brute because it's a ranged wave. Makes sense. And they king up again. Okay, in this situation, since they king upped and I'm good next, I'm probably gonna push 2 off of this. Can't really push 3 because we don't get the extra mercenary gold, but it's still not stopping me from pushing a lot. I think I definitely could have got my guy here if I had gotten a brute out. That's fine though. We're gonna go for the brute here now. He might still leak here. It's gonna be close. Watch this action. No, he'll hold. Very close though. We're gonna go for another ranger here. We're a little bit under, so it's a little sketchy. That being said, we're sitting in a decent spot. We've got the ability to go another ranger, or you know, depending on the wave, how the wave goes, there is a potential to go for a bunk eventually here. Bunk and split, or even bunk just ahead, is not bad. Explain the ranger placements? Yeah, Captain. If you've watched my position video, it's kind of the same thought process. You place the units at the back side of its range so that it gets more damage as the wave runs to you. Right? It's a time thing. We're going to play a little bit on the edge here and push an extra worker that we probably shouldn't, to go 11. Pushing this hard is a little bit different. The ranger on the right. This ranger on the right got split aggro, but that's fine. If you're referring to the ranger on the right, it got split aggro because of this. Eventually, I'll move my split farther up, and that never will happen. But at this point, having it where it split tanks isn't necessarily a problem either. Thanks for the follow, Asia. We'll go for the dino here. What we'll do is we'll just go like that. And then this is really the wave you want to start watching out for your Rangers of dying. So I'll probably just place a single buzz up a little farther on the left, and then one up a half square up on the right. That way it still gives me enough gold to get a antler or potentially even a honeyflower upgrade for next wave. Want to do a honey though, I'm probably going to nuke that one and just leave this one. This will just stop the backline from being sniped. You can see here, one Daphne took an inkling of damage, and that was kind of it. Alright, so then we'll hold to the no send. My bot leaks pretty good here, which is nice. Again, we're just stopping the consorts and the rangers from dealing damage, stopping the green devil from being able to hit the backline. Right, killing it quicker because it is a pierced unit. And now at this point, I think I go one more here just for income, and now I'm going to probably send 11. At this point, 11 looks the best because he's got a lot of consorts which start falling off in value here very shortly, as well as a bunch of units in the Green Devils and the Rangers that can be easily stopped by just sending good things, like even snail spam is enough to stop them on those waves. So since we did not get a send last, and I'm actually relatively speaking pretty good on 10 because I have Daphnes, I am going to go for the death cap here. It's a little bit sketchy, and I don't necessarily love it doing it all the time, but I think the death cap in this situation is going to be enough to hold me here, and then I can focus all my extra energy then on sending on 11 and pushing hard, realistically, if they send here. So I don't dislike this play. Could make the argument I could have went banana bunk, and that might have been better. I wouldn't disagree with you necessarily. In this situation, you know, you could get away with either. Daphnes in this are doing pretty good. This is going to be a pro leak. I think with the bunk, this might have been a hold, but it's kind of tough. We didn't have a whole lot of damage, which kind of stinks. Oh, so once the flower died and the canopy died, we kind of just are sitting ducks. It's not too big of a deal. We did get kind of saved on for a second there. 180 on 9 isn't necessarily anything to frown upon. Not anything to frown upon. It's a pretty decent size send. And then I'm going to go 11 now. 11 looks best on my guy for sure at this point. We're going to go Antler now. I need to start getting some tanks that aren't a death cap and a canopy. Antlers are probably my best bet currently because they're going to be good on everything up until 14. If they don't send me on 10, I might have to worry a little bit about 11. But for the most part, Flower covers me on 12 in terms of my tank typing and DPS typing. Helps kind of whittle down the wave a little bit. 13, I've got Canopy and Daphnes really for single target damage. So we're going to have to kind of play around a little bit with it all. But 120 sent into us. I'm going to push 2 more. That should still give me enough. Yep, it gives me enough so to go for an antler next wave. And then I can also send big here. At the end of the day, I think I'm just going to spam dinos and then some snails. Because... oh, he leaked here. Wow. They both leaked here. Jesus. So the bots realized they were weak here and king-upped. Without us sending, though, and they still both leaked. That kind of gives you an indication of how bad it is to upgrade all these T1s. If they would have went a single ranger here, upgrade to a Daphne, I think the yellow bot probably would have held. But with their current setup and predicament, they did the opposite of that. Leaked pretty hard. So I'm gonna over push a little bit here because I took overwork with the express idea that I'm trying to scale, right? It does not sit too badly if you're at, I think realistically 13 workers is what everyone always kind of used to say. 13 workers and more, and you're sending on 11 or expecting to send on 11, overwork is pretty darn good. In this situation, I think Overwork was probably my best option. Out of all of these, Guardian Angel, I don't really have anything that's Guardian Angel-able, or one that I really want to do. And then Giant Snails is not terrible, but for what we see out of my enemy, but not great either. The 120 resend with Giant Snails. One of the only things that actually is stopping my Rangers from doing much right now, but it's still not great. At this point, I definitely need, on ranged wave, something a little farther forward to keep my Daphnes alive. Daphnes are just taking some pop shots still, which is not good. So we're probably actually going to leak here. But both bots just died. So at the end of the day, I don't really mind. We're getting a long wave, which is helpful for me. But we also just both leaked. Okay. I didn't expect my bot to also leak there, but I guess I look over at him. He has... I'm actually kind of surprised he leaked that. What did he get? Oh, he got a 420 there. I'll explain it. Still think we win, but that's funny. Oh no, we might just die. Yikes. No, we're good. We're good, guys. Maximum value out of that overwork. We just delayed that wave so incredibly well. Alright, so at this point, I'm going to look at re-rolling, see what we get. We got actually a couple different options here. I think at this point, something like a Butcher wouldn't be terrible for the bunk. We've got a couple different options. I think realistically, we'll stick with what we got from the beginning, just because I don't want to confuse people with where we got an item from. In this situation, we should be okay. Yes. The flowers doing enough. And then what I'm looking at here is I'm probably just going to send a Siege Ram, if anything, if we get there. Oh no. My bot leaked hard. Oh no. Not like this. We might die. Oh no. Oh. Oh, this is sad. That's how we go down, boys. Defeat. That's how we go down. Oh well. GG. My leak on 11 was a little too much. The problem was I didn't protect my Rangers enough, which is something you guys can all take away from. My Rangers didn't get protected enough, which, again, if I had another unit just a single square up with the another Buzz or something, I'd probably hold that full, or at least closer to full. You also could have made the argument that on 9, I could have placed the bunk, and the bunk might have been, and then in turn, again, better for me on 11, which you could probably argue and probably be right there. But, you know, at the end of the day, not a huge deal. I'm actually really surprised that 6 consorts and 2 Rangers isn't enough to hold 10, huh? My mate should hold a 420 send. Come on. I'm actually... So we got a send on 7. A King Ups on 10. King Ups on 10 threw me off. I wasn't ready for the 420 into my bot last on the 11. That was kind of a one that I didn't expect. And I also went full ham with the workers to get the overwork through. Oh, whatever. I'll send it.